Economies, and welcome back to more Rune Factory 5. We have,
Welcome
oh
back
my
to Claire
gosh, so
Factory
many
5.
pickled turnips.
Turnips? Why?
Pickled
What's gonna
turnips.
turn up?
So, I had a thought today about something, and I'm sure I've thought about this before, I just didn't make any sort of a note about it before. But, you know those animes where people take, like, the in-universe currency and, like, basically vaporize it to buy things? For example, Campfire Cooking in Another World, or the, MasterCard commercial anime we've been watching. Where the money seemingly just vaporizes, and he just gets equivalent value, essentially.
Right.
So, if the money does actually either A, get vaporized, or B, get put into some other place off of the world, then technically speaking, every time that the character uses that ability, the money value of the world should go up ever so slightly. And it's especially egregious in, like, Campfire Cooking, where the main character might wind up using, say...
The thing I have to say about that is, it seems that he doesn't just bank all of his money into the app, or even, like, most of it.
Yes.
It's especially because it turns out he really doesn't need to, because of how relatively cheap everything on the, on his website is. But you have a good point.
I mean, okay, so, yeah, but it's like, in Campfire Cooking, it specifically mentioned that, like, the guild in the big city he's in doesn't have enough money to pay for all of his supplies.
Yeah.
So if he winds up basically taking all of the guild's money... So yeah, sure, they have some supplies, but it's like, if he just keeps going at that, and then he just puts them all in his pocket dimension, if he just slowly winds up taking, say, all of the world's money and either putting it away or, disintegrating it, what would happen?
Yeah, he'd be straight up, basically deleting the supplies gradually. And here's a terrifying thought. Like, even if he doesn't, like, just disintegrate it, but obviously he is carrying it all within his,
Pocket
item
dimension.
box.
Yes.
Item box.
Extra dimensional space.
And note that unlike, say, a bag of holding, like from D&D, where at least the thing has... Huh?
Oh, no, yeah.
What?
I know.
Sorry, it's unlike Two Heads of a Say. Yeah. It has, like, a physical, thing. If he dies, that money is all completely inaccessible, and it may as well have just been disintegrated.
Yep. And that's, like, also an issue with the stories and whatnot that just have, like, an item box ability tied to the person. And a lot more shows and whatnot have that. For example, Reincarnated as a Sword, they have their item box. Or their pocket dimension storage space thing. So, like, if they were... And it's implied that the two of them actually have separate storages. I'm not entirely sure if they have separate ones or if they share one. Because it's implied both ways, actually. We should watch the show again and see about it. Because I think at one point Fran takes something and puts it in, or takes it out of storage, and Sensei's like, "Oh, when did you get that?"
Yeah, well, we also get the impression that Sensei doesn't really check his own inventory very often. I mean, why would he? He's a sword, he has other things to think about now.
I mean, he's also doesn't have to sleep. That is confirmed to be canon. There are a few moments where he's somehow still resting, and, like, sees visions as if it was a dream. But, strictly speaking, he doesn't need to sleep. In one of the books, it's actually stated that he uses split thinking to play through a made-up dating sim in his brain during the time when, like, Fran is asleep. And the character for himself in this dating sim looks like a, say, typical Japanese high school boy, except that his face is the sword's face.
Delicious.
I can see why that hasn't been put in the anime yet.
Well, it's also, like, in book 5 or 6, like...
Okay, and what book does the show get up to?
It either reaches the end of 1 or 2, I forget. Not, like, the end of 2. Either the end of 1 or a bit into 2.
Delicious. Time to eat.
Well, I just remember that that season 1 of the show ends with them, like, leaving, like, the city or whatever that has the, you know, the guild master we've been meeting, and what's her face, the one with
Amanda.
the rank A, Amanda.
She comes back in the show, in the story, at least twice.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but let's see. But yeah, getting back to the whole storage thing, I will say that there is a particular, I guess, manga. I assume it's manga? I don't know if it's manga or manhwa or whatever. One of those. I've been reading online, and it has an interesting explanation, you know, of how the main character's effectively, like, item box storage works. And I say the main characters because it is basically something literally no one else can do, because it's a combination of, like, 3 different, apparently, like, ancient magics that he gets access to because of plot reasons. He gets access to a lot of powerful magic, as you expect from that sort of thing. However, here's basically, at its core, what his item storage is. He flash freezes it, like, basically puts it into cryogenic storage, and sends it into space.
At least then the items are technically retrievable without it.
Yeah, they're technically retrievable. The world would need to develop a lot of specialized technology to be able to...
But I mean, if he has, you know, the world saver MacGuffin in his extra-dimensional space and gets murdered, it's not just, you know, gone off the face... Well, it is off the face, but...
It is off the face of the planet, but...
It's not just, you know, gone into the abyss. Is space an abyss?
I mean, it kind of is. It's also worth noting that the circumstances in which he, you know, got all of this power and all that also ended up with him beating, like, a super powerful, well, literally immortal dungeon boss. But the way he beat it is chopped it up into pieces and froze it and sent it into space. And it will eventually, you know, reawaken and break free and reassemble and come back. But it's just like, that's something for future people to worry about.
So, something I've been expecting to see, but haven't actually yet seen, in these animes where the people individually have the item box and it's not just a magic item, is if it's not an ability that just anyone could use, if it is special, and some of these times it is seeming to be special, for example, campfire cooking, it's, ooh, you have an item box? Oh, not many people have those. It's not just a spell anyone can learn. That, why wouldn't, say, a merchant or a noble or something who is traveling also just have a person with them who just has an item box and just uses them for their item box storage? One could say, oh, well, it's only people with item boxes who would ever become merchants because they have an item box. But then, sometimes you still see in those shows, merchants carrying a whole bunch of stuff and being all, oh, you're a merchant? Oh, you have an item box? And be like, so no, it's not only people with item boxes become merchants, and it's not, oh, well, that's just a thing that nobody ever knows is a thing that's possible.
Delicious.
Merchants are going, like,
Time to eat.
you think that, like, say, especially a well-off
Hope
merchant
it turns out okay.
would be in the process of
Strong, okay?
either buying someone or hiring someone to carry their
Hope it
goods for
turns
them.
out okay.
But I don't think that's ever actually happened in any of these shows.
Well, I think part of the implication of because of how rare it
Turns
is.
out okay.
First of all, it would be very hard to find someone who can do that.
Okay.
But also, if a merchant were to try to, you know, hire someone to do that, it would be very easy
Watering time.
for that person to realize, oh,
Strong, okay?
huh, so this is useful for, you know, being a merchant? Cool, I'm just gonna take all your stuff, run off to another country, and start my own
Go big and
business.
strong, okay?
Well, see that,
It would be-
and then that leads to the merchant, like, okay, put this stuff in your storage, cool. I'm going to tie you up and possibly cut off your legs. Oh, you're going to try to run away? I will cut off your legs and tie you down. Get me back my stuff, or else I'll continue torturing you forever. Like... Or,
Go big and
if you
strong,
don't want to be
okay?
so dark about it, hey, give me back all of my stuff, or else
Watering
you won't
time.
be paid and instead will be thrown into prison for theft.
I mean, and here comes the problem with that. First of all, the governments seem to kind of all be, cartoonishly
Under the thumb
corrupt.
of the merchants.
Cartoonishly corrupt. God, let me finish my
Time to
sentence.
Delicious. Watering time.
But I mean, quite frankly, also here's this. Where's the evidence that the guy has anything?
Oh,
A
right.
contract that the two of them had signed beforehand, stating not just the role of the person to be used as a walking
Hope it
storage,
turns out okay.
but also an exact list of every single item that the merchant owns is being
Go big
carried
and strong,
in the
okay?
other person's item box, signed by both people, before any of the items actually got put into the item
Hope it
box.
comes out okay. Go big and strong, okay?
A lot of these
Hope it
shows
turns out
absolutely
okay.
love their contract.
Um,
I don't know, put magic in it, make it a
Hope it turns
divine
out okay.
contract, overseen by one of the
I mean,
gods.
you say these shows love their contracts. I don't recall there being contracts in either of these shows.
Watering time. Watering time. Watering time.
I mean, all of the shows at the very least have a form of contract in the, like the guild cards.
Go big
Now,
and
by
strong,
Cookie had
okay?
guild card and merchant card.
Yes.
Those are types of contracts.
Yes.
I believe you had to
contracts-
sign a contract to join.
Yes. With the guild.
And with, say, a
And-
merchant guild.
Yes. With the guild to become a merchant.
It is still the show using a contract.
Yes, but I'm just saying is that, yeah, that is a very different mechanism than what you are describing.
Didn't he also sign a contract to, like, sell goods? Like, sell, like, the pepper and the paper and stuff and all that? Weren't there contracts for that as well?
Okay, maybe we need to rewatch Campfire Cooking again, but I don't think there was. I think he literally just sold them.
But it's either A, the place is run by law, and thus the people involved would either not try to screw each other over, or have a contract signed to make everything work,
Right.
or B, people are trying to screw each other over, in which case it would just be, you know,
I hope it comes
human
out okay.
trafficking, essentially. And using
Yeah.
a person as, like, either way,
Delicious.
But I think there's also one other implication just with how rare like stuff like item box is. Again, it's something that's known to exist, but much like appraisal,
I hope
it
comes
seems
out
to be
okay.
rare enough, and possibly,
All
only
right.
people brought in from other worlds or very
No.
rare, already well-to-do people would have access to that magic. It basically, it just seems like it's...
You're big and
In
strong.
I don't
fact,
know.
like looking at the very least, it's not specifically only people who
Right.
came from another world.
Right, appraisal is the one that's only from people in another world. Item
No,
box
appraisal
is
is insanely rare, and if he had gotten appraised, they would see that he has a unique skill, online grocery. But appraisal is a skill that some people have, but it is extremely rare. Item box is not as rare.
Time to eat.
I
Both of them could be
remember.
bad
I
guys.
remember when he talked to like the merchant about it. He said one of the two only is possessed by people from another world.
Nice.
The other one is just rare. And I'm pretty sure it was appraisal that was only from people from another world.
See, I thought they had
Comes out
said,
okay.
oh yeah, item box is rare. Appraisal is extremely rare. And then he said, oh good, I guess I don't have to worry about people using appraisal against me. Because if they did, they'd see online grocery and know that something weird was up.
Time to eat.
Not, oh no, that's just a skill for people from other worlds.
I mean, we'll have
Because
to
the
rewatch
merchant
again.
knew about
That's-
it.
I hope it comes out okay.
Yeah, again, it's something it's a known thing. And obviously people being brought in from other worlds is also a known thing.
Watering time.
Is it a known
Like, there
thing,
are-
actually?
It,
Other
it- it
than the
definitely
people
won't-
bringing them in and the people who are brought in, is it a known thing that people get brought in from other worlds?
Watering time.
I mean, we can literally load up the episode and see that scene.
We could. I'm in the middle of something, but yes, we can.
Yeah,
Just
I-
pause the recording, go watch that scene, come back.
Watering time.
I mean, we literally could. You're showing
Alright.
that you're being very bad at dodging, so maybe you could take a little break.
Bet. Okay, so you were right on the only heroes from another world would ever have the appraisal skill, and that this random merchant
You're big and strong.
knows that there are hero adventurers from another world,
You're big and
but doesn't
big and
immediately
strong,
suspect that this person who knows about appraisal, but doesn't know about
Okay? Hope
soap,
it comes out okay.
might be from another world. Darn these cats.
I think him playing dumb about soap,
Watering time.
is it so luxurious that most people don't use soap? Probably.
I mean, it's a guy who just... He definitely seems green, like, new about it. Like, oh, are you a merchant?
I hope it comes out okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, but do you have the appraisal skill? It's like, oh, you don't know a merchant when you see one, but you know about
Hope it comes out
appraisal,
okay.
but don't know that nobody would have it.
Damn it.
That actually almost makes me think, does that merchant,
Hope it
like,
comes out
suspect it
okay.
and is just humoring him and
Hope it
being,
comes out okay.
a nice guy and not,
Hope it
voicing
comes
his
out okay.
suspicions? Or, like, has actually figured out that he's from another world?
It's like, oh, this guy's a little bit confused, but whatever.
Time to eat.
This
But,
guy doesn't want to be a hero, then oh well,
Time to eat.
what's that got to do with me? No other thing.
That said, note that he said specifically heroes from another world.
Ow.
I mean,
How rare do you think it is that someone is summoned from another world and doesn't, like, immediately become a hero in title and in obvious appearance?
I mean, I feel like hero from another world is just the name of people who come from another world, because the only reason why they would summon people from another world is to make them be heroes. If you could have
Yes.
said people from another world, and it would have been the same thing.
Well,
It's like,
maybe.
I don't know, it's like saying, oh, only short hobbits have that ability. It's like, yeah, all hobbits are short. Only short hobbits walk around barefoot. It's like, no, all hobbits do. And they're all short. You don't have to call them a short hobbit.
I mean, phrasing it like that would make me think, huh, what would a hobbit who is short for hobbits look like?
And
But
it's like,
I
you know,
see what you're saying.
only an old elf.
Real big and strong, okay? Damn it!
It's like,
Real big
only a
and strong,
mountain-dwelling dwarf would care about gold. It's
I
like,
mean,
Eight.
dwarfs don't live in mountains; they live in mines.
in the mountains.
Sometimes it could just be in a hill, or it could just
But
be
it's like,
underneath a regular plane.
So it's like, oh
Anyway.
yeah, only a hero from another world is just the way of saying it's like, oh yeah, only a person from another world, or a traveler
Which
from
makes-
another world, someone
which
who
makes me
wasn't born on this
wonder-
planet.
Does that have an English dub yet?
Campfire, probably, why?
Because I'm just wondering if it's actually translated the same way.
If they still say hero?
Yeah.
Probably.
And this isn't something to go look up immediately, but it's the sort of thing where it's just like, you know, I can see you.
taunting.
Huh?
Already taunting.
Oh God. Claire, don't say the T word on the internet.
Testosterone poisoning?
That's 2 words.
Right!
Anyways,
Yes! All right! All right!
But anyway, yes, the,
Yes!
there,
Yes!
in stories, especially as has been happening in these,
Yes!
I want to say
Alright.
quickly made anime. That sounds more insulting than I want it to be, but essentially, the quickly made animes. There's stuff that would likely happen
Nice,
that people don't think
nice.
about either just because it didn't cross their mind or because, oh, well, that would be boring to do, so there's no point. Oh, you know, why should we have a plot thread about how all of the money in the world is being, like, taken up by this one person and other people can't get money anymore
Hope
and,
it comes out okay.
you know, etc., etc. And, like, more money has to be printed just to deal with, like, this one main character hoarding up so much. Like, if that's not a plot thread that they want to do, then it's not going to happen. Even if that would logically be a thing that happens if someone takes, you know, all of a guild's money.
speaking of all the money,
Yeah, that kid just robbed me for all of my money.
is dodge a skill in this game? Like, is it like one of the skills you level up?
No.
Ah,
This is my dodge, and this is it for the entire game. That's all I have.
my God, you're shipping a lot of,
Yes.
Lord.
The sink could be shipping. As they say.
Everything but the kitchen sink?
Oh, you don't get the reference that I'm trying to go for with that?
Correct. I don't.
Alright, do you happen to remember the YouTube channel that used to be... I don't know if it used to be popular, but it used to be a lot more active than it is now. Popular MMOs?
No.
There was a couple that did... Well, it wound up becoming, like, a couple who did Minecraft videos together. Either playing through weird mod packs, or going through, like, custom-made maps, etc. For one episode, they had found a map that was the Titanic, and decided, hey, let's try to recreate the movie The Titanic on this map,
Delicious!
but instead of looking up a script, let's just try to do it from memory as best we can.
Oh, God.
And at one part, it was, oh, you know, oh no, the ship could be sinking! Except that she messed up her line. And so, like, she comes up all dramatically like, oh no, the sink could be shipping!
So the thing is, you say that, but that sounds like something the Yogg's cast might have done. Like,
Which
it
part?
sounds familiar, but I know for a fact that I did not see this channel that you were talking about. I think that may have been something very common for the time period, probably.
Maybe. But
anyway.
yeah, so it's like a blooper reveal at the end that, oh no, the sink could be shipping! Whoops, I messed that up. Oh no, the sink could be shipping! Like, once you get in the habit of not doing it correctly, it's
Wonderful.
so hard to actually get the proper lines.
Oh, is that why you say things, off all the time? You've just gotten into the habit of saying them wrong and just can't even get yourself to say them right?
It's actually all part of a strategy. Did you just walk through my... Anyway, if you become this sort of person to say things weird and make jokes and puns about stuff, especially the saying things weird, then if you say something weird by accident, nobody will notice. Everyone will just assume that you did it on purpose and not give you any sort of grief about it. They'll just go, really? You make a sound like you don't believe me, but it is absolutely true.
Nice.
Make a habit out of being the sort of person to say things weird, and people will never know if it's on purpose or not. So anyway, yeah, I fell asleep during the D&D game earlier. Combat, where like each player's turn of combat takes like 4 minutes.
Oh, right.
For whatever reason. I literally, like, I went to just lie there and like close my eyes. I actually fell asleep for a few minutes. Woke up, it wasn't even my turn yet.
Time to eat.
Claire.
I mean, again, I fell asleep for some amount of time, and it still hadn't even gotten to my turn.
That is concerning.
It's not like I was going to do much anyways. I'm a level 2 wizard with no spell slots remaining. No spell slots, no weapon, like... What am I supposed to do in combat? Okay, I guess I use dancing lights. I guess I make an illusion of a fire. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Time to eat.
Yeah, there are a number of things that they did on that popular Moose channel that I thought could be fun to try as well.
There you
The
go.
hide and seek seems particularly interesting. They
All right.
Yeah, they use some mod that introduces some new passive mob. And then they use another mod where they can turn into different mobs. So one person hides as a mob in a field of the mobs, and the other person has some like one-hit KO weapon that can kill a player in one hit, but can't actually kill the mobs. Somehow. And yeah, just hide and seek, they take turns. So it looks like just a bunny in a field of bunnies, and you have to try to hop around like a bunny, and not be spotted in plain sight.
There we go.
There we go.
Hop, 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 like a little bunny bunny. Hop, 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 bunny, bunny time hop. You know,
What?
like that.
Anyways, but
Does it?
yeah.
Regardless, anyway, shows and
All right.
stories and books and stuff where the characters get like copious amounts
There
of
we
money,
go.
specifically such an amount of money that is more
Nice.
than, say, the average business or large organization would have, and the main character's just walking
Does it?
around with, more, or, financial issues that will pretty
Yeah.
much never get addressed in any show because it would be boring to address it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that.
Like the guild from Campfire Cooking that says, oh no, like, you're going to make us run out of money. Like, we don't have money anymore for new things. Like, yeah, that running out of money has led to issues in the past, yes.
There you go.
And of course, D&D has what should be a common problem going the other way around. With, oh hey, adventurers go into, some old dungeon,
All right.
find, 10 billion gold pieces, and then go to the nearest town and spend it all. It's like, yeah, well now, all the gold that was in town means basically nothing. Like, D&D is a very low money civilization, really. Because, what is it? The average person needs like 1 silver piece a day to live, or was it something like that? And yet people are coming in and just, oh, here's, 10,000 gold. I would like to buy, okay, was it? I think it's 8,000 gold for like a +1 weapon, or +2. Either way, it's a lot for what doesn't seem to be so much. Like, even like masterwork tools. Oh, hey, it gives like a +1 to whatever. It's not worth it for 99.9999% of people in the D&D world to try to spare the money for like a masterwork thing. Even just normal tools, that's 50 extra gold. That's, what, years of work to do a bit better. So I believe it was said that, like, the average person, unskilled labor, is 1 silver piece a day. So, 50 gold is 500 silver. That's almost 2 years of work. Okay, it's like a year and a half of work for an item that makes you 10% better at your job. It's like, is it really worth it to work for 18 months? Not being able to, say, feed yourself or your family, or pay rent, or repair your house, or anything. For a year and a half, in exchange, you get, like, 10% better tool. And then to enchant it, oh my gosh! Right? Like, a +1 enchantment is what, 1,000 gold? 10,000
I
silver?
believe so, yeah. Yeah.
So that's over 27 years of income. Over 27 years of unskilled labor. Just to make it go from, like, masterwork to a +1. Okay, actually that main field could still be turnips? I'm thinking no. Oh no! Don't have her emerald. And then, of course, some adventurers come around with, like, tens of thousands of gold. And it's like, yeah, I'd like some +1 items. But the average shop in, like... Imagine just being a shopkeeper in a small town. Some years ago, some adventurer convinced you to spend, like, hundreds of gold coins to buy their, you know, +1 longsword. And you've just had it sitting there on the wall of your shop for years. Until eventually, some new adventurers come in. And, you know, they cause some issues, they lurk around, they try to steal in front of your face because they don't think that you actually exist. And eventually someone, you know, picks up the sword to look at it and it's like, huh, but do you have a +1 short sword? I think a +1 short sword would be better for me. And you just have to, it's like, no, I have this. You want to buy it? It's like, oh no, I think I'd rather have a +1 short sword instead. And then they put it, you know, back up on the wall, or more likely, they just toss it to the ground like it's garbage and you have to put it back up and redust it and all that, and then the heroes leave after not actually buying anything. And then you go look at the sword and they did some sleight of hand to replace it with just a regular masterwork longsword. So now you're just out the extra 1,000 gold because the adventurers decided that they deserve the money more than you.
Does that happen in the D&D games that you play?
I mean, it happens in the D&D games that I hear about people playing, where it's all about, oh hey, a merchant, let's rob the merchants. Let's go and rob the merchants. Hey, can I take the merchant's hat? They're wearing their hat. Okay, but can I take it from them? They're not, like, attending to their hat, right?
I'd love to know what you think of my weapons.
Can I, like, knock their hat off of them and then, like, put it in my pocket without them noticing? I'm gonna roll to take their hat. I rolled a 12. That means I took their hat, right? I'm gonna wear the hat in front of the merchant and see if they notice I'm wearing their hat. What do you mean the merchant noticed I was wearing their hat? Oh no, I just say, oh, I'm not wearing your hat. I rolled an 8 on my bluff check. They should believe that.
Oh.
And it's like, can you just...
The thing is, like...
It's like trying to play a game with a 5-year-old where the entire thing is, hey, I want to do this stupid thing that no one else lets me do because it's stupid. Can I just... I still remember hanging out with one of my little cousins a few years ago. He was all like, hey, let's play Minecraft together. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. He puts it on. It's like, puts me in survival mode, himself in creative mode, and then he just keeps spawning TNT on top of me to keep trying to explode me. And it's like, if this is what you want to do for fun, like, I'm just here until someone else comes to take you off my hands. Like, whatever. I'm just here babysitting, and if, you know, playing a video game where you get to blow me up a lot makes it so you don't, you know, set the kitchen on fire. Sure. Like, I have literally, posted D&D for, like, 10-year-olds, and it went more smoothly than D&D games posted for adults.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even though the children did take a few breaks to go run around a bit, it was still more calm and rational than playing D&D for some adults.
Yep.
So at least the kids understand,
Time
hey,
to tackle another
I
day.
want to do a thing. Let's just get up and start running around and do that thing. And they get into combat, it's like, okay, see, but like if you move here, Like, if you backward step here for your turn, and then you hold your attack action until I get over here, then you'll be flanking. And we can both get a +2 to our attacks. It's like...
Hey! Thanks!
Oh, right, I forgot I hadn't had a party yet. That's right, teleport back! To right here.
Working hard.
Working hard or hardly working?
Why does Randolph's text sound different to everybody else's?
Welcome.
Why does he have the different text sound?
Out of curiosity, you don't have a mod changing her, do you?
Only the, so she doesn't talk during the shop menu thing.
Okay.
Why?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Like, I do have, like, a mod...
Talk during the shop menu. Got it.
What?
She just talked!
No, okay. If you...
No, I know what you mean. So she isn't saying, like, the things are, like, when you're
Welcome.
browsing. She isn't
Yeah,
saying the random
keep talking.
things. Yeah.
And the way the mod works is it literally just mutes it. So you can still see her trying to talk.
Thank you.
You just don't hear it.
Okay, so she only says the welcome and the get out of my
Goodbye.
shop.
And that's true for all shopkeepers. It's not just her.
Ah.
Oh my gosh! 12,000 G's for this stew? Okay, I have to figure out who gave me the stew. I know. Yeah, I'll just give them more turnips. Oh, it's your birthday? Would you like a pickled turnip? It is kind of interesting or neat how certain like channels will find their niche and basically just do one thing constantly. And like, yep, no, that's their thing. Like, oh yeah, this channel does this one survival island let's play. And that's it. Like, this channel, it's like, yep, 2 people doing, you know, custom Minecraft map and mod packs, whatever. Like, you could have, like, 5 separate channels that all just do Minecraft, and they all do different things. This person speedruns, this person shows off various mod packs, like, this person does redstone. Like, you can have 100 channels that all do distinct different things. And it's all one game. Why does everyone want to join us on adventures?
We're going on an adventure.
We're going on a new adventure and we don't know what's in store.
Boy, am I tired.
Don't call me boy.
Oh gosh, the Pony D&D game
Feeling well?
got rather off-rail today with pronouns.
Uh-oh.
No, it was funny. So we're fighting, I can't remember the name of them. The brute enemies from the Pony movie.
The brute enemies.
Yes. The Storm Guards, I think.
Okay.
So we're fighting these Storm Guards and whatnot, and we go, like, into a building. So one of the characters is standing at the door. They open the door, there's a Storm Guard on the other side. And so the party members are like, oh yeah, open this door, and now I'm just standing here face to face with it. Now I'm just standing here face to face with him. Oh wait, is it a him? Hey, Stormguard, what are your pronouns? And it was just like, they, them, thanks for asking. And then the person who had asked for that NPC's pronouns still wound up calling them him. The DM wound up calling them him. And so, I think, like, everyone else, maybe not everyone else, but people just kept accidentally misgendering them over and over to it. Like, oh yes. And then they say, so eventually we wound up just talking to the Stormguard and pacifying them. So the DM had to make them like a character sheet. It's like, oh wait, hold on. Just for reference sake, I should also put their pronouns down somewhere. And someone pipes up, oh, you're putting pronouns in their bio. It just reminded me of that, the block video. Do you know where the pronouns go? That's right, pronouns go in the bio!
Claire, the thing to keep in mind, you're the square hole.
That's right, they go in the bio. So, yeah. One D&D game, we're making friends with one of the enemy minions. I think technically two of them. We found a second one. And the other D&D game, we are trying to commit war crimes. So we found a monastery.
This is...
Right,
I
okay.
already don't like where this is going.
So we found a monastery. And we're invited in, and we're like, yes, we would like to join. So we're led through it all the way up to, like, the top floor to find that there is a yak man there. And throughout the monastery, there are a lot of yak men around, so that's not unusual. But what was unusual was that he had taken the,
Right. Nice.
the virus stuff, whatever, that had been infecting mind players.
All right.
And not trying to find a cure for it, but instead trying to harness it and to try to rule over the hive mind of this orange goo.
I see you're full of energy.
So, Marissa, who had been partially infected with it at one point, and literally chopped her own arm off to not be totally infected, just sees this Yakman who's, you know, praising this stuff and saying he's going to control it, just absolutely murders him. And unfortunately, the guy that we're following to lead us up, no one is able to silence him in time, so he raises the alarm. If someone had just gotten a better initiative and just silenced that guy as well, we would have been fine.
Welcome.
And then we wouldn't be having such issues.
Come again, if you feel like it anyway. Welcome.
Nah.
Thanks.
No, I didn't want this gift.
Whoa! Here you go.
So anyway, yeah, okay, well, I think I know what I'm about to do. So yeah, on Sunday, gonna keep playing that and seeing how many more war crimes we can deal with and do. Won't that be fun?
I don't know, Tim.
So, right, anime, money, stuff, secondary effects of animes and whatnot. Reincarnated as a Sword has this whole scale for how much of a threat that various things can be based off of their scaling. I forget the exact what it means, but I think it's like rank C could take on a whole city by itself. Rank B could take on a country. Rank A could take on like a continent. And then was there like a rank S above that could take on like the entire world?
Sorry, in which anime?
Reincarnated as a Sword. And then they introduced a character who could apparently solo either apparently solo either the entire world at once or an entire continent.
This is
single-handedly. And then they had the main character almost beat her in a 1v1.
Okay. Yeah, G rank can be dealt with by average male adults. F rank can be dealt with by a mercenary party. E rank, village crisis. D, townside crisis. C, citywide. B, national. A, continental. And S, global.
Okay. So, yeah, A, continental. Amanda is an A rank. She could take out an entire continent if she really tried.
That's assuming that the ranking, like, within the guild is exactly a 1-to-1 match with the monster threat rankings.
Yeah. But the demon that Fran... Now, notably... So, I guess, specifically speaking, they had said that Fran did not kill the greater demon. Technically, Teacher did. Sensei killed it. Even though Fran was there,
Let me know if you have any problems.
she didn't legally kill it. Even though she did get experience for it, since she wasn't the one to kill it, it didn't count as her killing it.
What do you mean? She didn't legally kill?
Good work today.
Like, as
Is
far
that-
as the law? 'Cause I thought everyone believed she did.
Oh, no. Maybe... Okay, so, you know what? If you don't want extreme Reincarnated as a Sword spoilers, might as well just tune out of this episode now. We're basically at the end anyway. Tune in next time for other stuff. If you're interested in hearing or just don't care about getting extreme Reincarnated as a Sword spoilers, it becomes revealed at a later point in the series that for a black cat to evolve, they would have to 1v1 kill a greater demon.
Ah.
What is it? Is like either kill like 100 or like 1,000 demons or one greater demon.
Well,
So-
admittedly, I mean, even if she did get the kill, even if the kill did count, it wasn't a 1v1.
Yeah, it was
So that's
technically
why-
a 2v1.
Yeah.
So there is that. And then there was... Yeah, because the curse for the black cat stopping them from evolving. But what none of them are allowed to know is that in order to evolve, you either have to kill 1,000 demons or solo a greater demon. But the curse could be lifted for all black cats worldwide if a team consisting of only black cats either kills, I think it was like some excessive amounts of greater demon, or one like greater demon, or whatever, like, which would either be an A rank or possibly an S rank threat.
Like a demon lord?
Yes.
Demon lord is specifically ranked as an A rank.
I don't know if it was specifically greater a demon lord. Unfortunately, I didn't screenshot the pages that actually stated this information. So I don't remember precisely what it had said. But, yes. Oh, I didn't give Lucy the gift.
What?
Also need to
No.
talk to Beatrice and Reinhard.
Better go
I
do that
didn't
before
talk to
you
Lucas. I
episode.
talked to Luke.
Those of you who stuck around, it is now safe to unmute.
Yeah, listen to our words. He can unmute us now.
Did you just snort?
Time to tackle
maybe.
another day. That's awesome.
Is this the first time you realize that I snort when I laugh?
You don't always snort when you laugh, but it's funny when you do because it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, I make different noises when I laugh. I still remember one time I saw something that was like generally funny, and the laughter that came out of me was me saying ha ha ha.
Wonderful.
I don't know why I laughed like that. Instead of just actually laughing. But it sounded like so sarcastic. It's like, no,
How do you
I
do?
found it funny. It just came out that way. Somehow.
My
Anyway, we're approaching the actual end of this here episode of Reincarnated as a Rune. Hope that you've all been enjoying this so much so far. As it stands.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Claire Factory.
Reincarnated as a cleric.
Reincarnated as a cleric?
Alright, you know what? Random question time to finish up this episode. If you could be reincarnated as anyone, like, say, magical item, intelligent magic item, say it's the same rules as reincarnated as a sword, which one would you choose? If you got the choice.
I mean, the obvious choice would have to be some kind of weapon still, wouldn't it?
Quite potentially, some sort of weapon would be good. It's like, sword is... Intelligent swords are the most common type of intelligent magic item.
Yeah.
I mean, for a reason, they're the most common type of, you know, magic item.
Did you actually pick up the thing that came out of that box? I don't
No,
think you
because
did.
my inventory was full.
Oh.
And I realized, oh wait, my inventory's full. I can't pick this up. So I just...
Would
kept
you have been
running.
able to pick it up if you held one of the, oh, right, no,
Yes.
because that took up the slot. Never mind.
I'd be able to pick it up.
Ah, yes, now you would, yes.
Whoa! Whoa!
So, anyway. So, what about just being, like,
Whoa!
say, a shield or like a bag of holding. Was there? There wasn't actually an anime where someone was a shield, right? I'm just remembering that from the D&D thing.
Here you go.
Wasn't that you?
Was what who?
A shield. Oh, right. You were the vending machine. Never mind.
A vending machine magic item was a thing from an anime as well. But I had once spent some
Here you go.
fair amount of time designing a shield, an intelligent magic shield to be for a D&D game. And I wound up not being allowed to play it. So like, normally adamantine has a hardness of 20. As an adamantine shield with so much extra stuff like applied on, I think my hardness was like 50.
Jesus.
There you go.
Hardness works in D&D. Any damage that the item would take gets divided, if it is an element, by an amount depending on what element it is. And then you take the damage, you subtract the hardness, and if there's any damage left over, it gets dealt. It's damage reduction that applies to elemental attacks. So, with a hardness level of 50, something would have to deal more than 50 damage at once to actually be able to hurt my character, who I think had less HP than hardness.
Here you go.
Pink scale! Oh, it's not shipped. Dragon Golem scale 10,000, Bassus scale 10,000. Anyway, this is a fair way to make money.
Oh!
Hello!
Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Oh, he didn't say. Oh, there he did. Why are you feeding him so much?
Because every 5 handmade items I give him, he gives me an item in return. That's why I'm getting these scales. And considering that 2 of the scales sell for 10,000 G each, I can get a lot of money this way.
Is your friendship with him increasing, or does it only work for the first one?
It's only the first one. My friendship ranking with him is still 5 and 61%.
Wait, that's a heart. That's not friendship. Uh-oh.
Oh, the heart is just there to be like, yeah, these are the characters that you could romance. How weird is it? Oh, wait, no. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, Scarlet's the lowest, still at 4. Actually, I have quite a few people at 4. And she's just barely at 4. And then, of course...
Puppy.
Puppy. Oddly enough, not that much higher than the others, considering I've been giving her so many loved gifts. Whoa.
Here you go.
Okay, so imagine some sort of, like, isekai story, whatever. I was gonna say some sort of isekai, like, farming type story, but no, that does exist. We've seen a few of them. The one where the guy gets transported into the middle of the forest was good until it started getting too busy.
Here you go.
A nice premise. Oh, a 6th gemstone. It's not worth that much. But considering that these pickled turnips sell for about 50 G each, if I give 5 of them, 250 G's worth of stuff, like the cheapest one of these still sells for over 300. I'm actually making money by doing this. It's just taking a fair bit of time to do.
Just taking too much time to do.
Whoa! But it is financially
Here you go.
beneficial to do it this way.
Mhm.
I'd like to see your furniture. I'll carry it myself.
Welcome.
Let's see if I can get... Oh, I can't afford a shipping bin. Unfortunate. But if I could get a storage box... Or is the fridge cheaper? Why is the fridge just so much cheaper? Fine, I'll buy a fridge.
Come again, if you feel like it anyway. Here you go.
Uh-huh! 8 different types of things. So 10, 20, 30, 40k. Plus all of these.
Warhammer 40k, what?
Selling these gemstones for 40,000 gold.
And then you can retire?
Not gemstones. Scales. Oh, I'm not going to retire anytime soon, darling.
The joke is that she retired a long time ago.
I'm not retired. I didn't even
Right, we're
first
not allowed
time.
to use that word anymore. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Oh, good. So, disc
Here you
test.
go.
Woohoo! Okay, just gonna give this just a few more, and then just end the episode, and probably start the next episode with giving a whole bunch more stuff.
Here you go.
Oh, is this a new one? I think that's a new one. Okay, yeah, so, like, anyway.